Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is mid-month for December Tarot Oracle reading. And Cancer, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Cancer, we still all have a little bit of that sign in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is it in? That is where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information that empowers you. I have already shuffled and washed the cards, just giving them a quick cut here. And we will begin with the energy at the bottom of the deck. And that is the underlying energy for the reading. So this is the star. That's the star is about, well, you're a star, born to shine. And so this is a beautiful energy to start a reading off with. She's dipping into the universal waters, and she's also adding to them as well as adding to the earth. So this represents what you were born to bring onto the earth when you came through. And it's saying you're a star. So that's the underlying energy. And then we have the Page of Swords is coming in with a message. And so this is communication, and the communication is about thoughts that you have. The swords represent mental energy, like your mental intelligence and your mind over matter kind of energy. And so he is standing on kind of moving ground. So it feels like there's a lot of movement about to happen. And perhaps there's something that you've been wishing for or wanting to happen. And this is energy maybe of a communication that it's coming into being. The pages are 7 to 14 years old when they start working for the royalty, and in the old days. And then they would graduate to a knight if they were well accomplished and they could afford a horse. So this energy, this page, it feels like it's from someone who comes from a well-educated family, like more high society. Just because the posture he's in is also like golfing. And that's kind of an energy that a lot of like more, people that have the money to do so take up that sport. But it also talks about your ability to be able to take control of your mind. Golf is a very mental sport, and so you're competing against yourself every time you go out on the court, or the course, not the court. And then I have a little cat here that's being very annoying. I locked her in the bedroom because she's just wanting to be here so bad, and she wouldn't stop yowling. So she's here. You have to lay down and be a good girl, or else you're going to have, I don't know what we're going to do with you. She said, I just want to be here, Colette. Okay, be here and be quiet. Go lie down on my lap. You can lie down. That's a good girl. Sorry, but it's better than listening to her yell for the whole reading in the bedroom. So the Page of Swords is looking away from the mental energy. So this says that this is about having innovation and moving forward in a different way from how you have been. And so this is the underlying energy for the internal boundaries, the things that you control. And the one thing you can control is your mind. If you can control your mind, then you'll have freedom and to get to where you want. And so we'll see what this is about. Okay, so we have a knight coming in now, and this is the Knight of Swords. So this is an energy of this young man when he grows up. I just want to point out also that these are archetypes. So the archetypes just represent masculine energy here. The knights in the old days, of course, they were all male, but now it could be female in her masculine energy. And you'll notice these birds in the background. There's a whole flock of them here, and now there's only 2 or 4 here. And so it's kind of like and you notice the clouds in the background are jagged now. They're not all fluffy. So the Page of Swords have grown into the Knight of Swords, and I feel like maybe he was really super optimistic here, and now you can see like this is someone that like the clouds are jagged. He's clearly not he's in a real hurry here, and his horse is stressed out. They're riding, and they look like they're riding against the wind here. And so there's something that's a serious matter. And it just feels like his energy has changed. Like this card can sometimes represent people rushing in. And the difference here is that he's got his sword raised, ready to do battle. And here, he's not even looking at it. So it's just someone who's been through some things and now is rushing in because he feels that there is something that he needs to maybe deliver a message to maybe to the star or about the star. That could be. And one thing I noticed about these cards is that neither one of these really, you can't see the point of their sword. And so they don't have the full information. So in the old days, of course, you would rush in on a horse, but now it could be an email, a letter, a social post, text message, whatever. It could be anything like that, just some form of communication. It could be on a horse and in person, but it's like just not as likely as in the old days. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So the message, it feels like, is that there's some action happening. And it might be action regarding the star, because the star is not like in this energy. The star is like, doing her thing over here. So this could be like, this card represents that the universe has handed someone a passion for new discovery. Like this is a reward from God and from the universe for staying on your path and just reminding you, hey, you were born to do something and you have a new passion for doing that. So I feel like this communication is coming in about, oh, hey, look what the star is doing now. Why that concerns someone else, I don't know. This also could be internal boundaries within you. No, but this Three of Cups comes up again. Okay, so the Three of Cups, it's not my favorite card because it looks like they're having a celebration, but none of them are looking at each other. So they're celebrating something, but it's not regarding them. It's celebrating something, some action that was taken possibly by the star or by this energy finding out something, and now they're celebrating. And now quite often this card for me represents gossip and slander. The cups normally represent something you love, but in a lot of European cultures, if you're toasting someone and you don't look at each other, then it causes 7 years bad luck in your love life. So maybe that's what they're wishing upon the star or the knight, one or the other. And a Hierophant is coming in. Yeah, I just didn't feel like this was a really super great energy. Cancer is very emotional. Very, the energy is like, of Cancer is like that of adolescent girls, and I feel like it's kind of that kind of gossipy energy. The Hierophant is here. And that's why this is kind of like, okay, the Hierophant comes in because something is off. And it could be about this message. It could be what's going on here. Could be what's going on here. But I don't feel that these three are toasting her, the star. And I feel like that whatever, it could be something happened here and the message is coming to the star. This is what these people are planning or whatever. Quite often, the Knight of Swords represents a spy, that kind of energy, sort of, it could be like a detective or something like that, like someone who is going against the wind kind of energy. And so the Hierophant comes in, and the Hierophant has a blessing, and maybe they've heard about this, like the universe and God have said the star is going to get this blessing. And the Hierophant is coming in because someone's trying to stop it. And the Hierophant actually represents traditional structure. It's weird. I had a dream about the Hierophant. And in my oracle, the Hierophant is basically like the temple of the soul. And I feel like A lot of people feel like they're a human being with a soul, but you're actually a soul first, and then you travel in a human body so that you can, do what you came here to do on earth. You need to have a physical body to do so. And the Hierophant is bringing the judgments from the spiritual realm down to earth. And that's why these monks that are down here, they have their heads shaved. That's what they do to open up the crown chakra so that they can use their intuition to bring the energy down into, so that they have an understanding of what's happening in the spiritual realm. Ooh, and there's death. So death it very rarely means like, okay, there's a death of an actual person. It's more like a death of a system, or like it's a transition. It's a transition from one way to another way. And this actually represents a tunnel, like the light out at the end of the tunnel kind of energy. And this, the Grim Reaper is a symbol that a lot of cultures have just regarding death. It's not meant to be something evil or whatever. It's just an announcement. It's like a communication, just like this is. There's a transitioning happening, and death and birth are very much alike. You come through the tunnel, and then you see the light when you're born, and you come through, and it's hard. It's a lot of labor to get through that tunnel. And that's the same thing. This could be about there being a lot of energy that was difficult. And now the universe is like, okay, you're tired. I know you're tired, but let's move forward. And here's this beautiful gift. And you're passionate about it again, and you really feel like you're on track. That's the kind of energy. And like it kind of represents that, like if you think of adolescent girls and they're just beginning their cycle and they're not used to that yet, and they're trying to figure out, like they're in between being like a young woman and a child. And it's very, like it's just suddenly one day you have your cycle, and then all of a sudden you're declared, oh, I'm a woman now, but you don't feel like you're a woman. So it's that kind of energy of making a transition. And maybe, this is another thing that I'm picking up with the Cancer energy, like that young adolescent girl energy. Quite often, young girls that age, like when their friends start having their period and developing, and maybe they're a later developer, they feel like kind of left out, because like now, like everybody else is like a woman, and here I am, I'm still a child, and I'm the same age, I'm in the same grade. So that energy is really up and down and very emotional, like the hormones are really at play. And that's the kind of energy I'm picking up. This is an up and down kind of roller coaster of emotions is what's coming up. And so the transition is that whatever the message is coming in, this could represent gossip and slander. You know how young girls, like they'll gossip and with each other. One day you're friends, and then the next day you come to school and you're not friends anymore, and no one's speaking to you, but you didn't do anything. You don't know what it's about. That's the kind of energy that this is. But there's hope because the sun's rising or setting here. So that's the thing about this card. It represents a definite transition between something that is to something new, or something new that is ending. Just, it could be like just something, an ending or a beginning to something that's different from what you're used to. And then, oh, there we have it, the Nine of Cups. So, but this is a wish. This is a wishing card. So this is something you've been wishing for. And what do? You wish upon a star. So that's clarifying the energy here, like the sunny background. So this card is also, though, a walking kind of, like it's sort of incongruent. There's some incongruencies in here. This person is highly favored, and that would represent the star. They have 9 cups here. You can only get 10 cups. These are generally about love, but they're about, they can be romantic love, or they can be love of what you want to be or what you want to do. And that's kind of that wishing energy. The problem is when you're wishing, it means that you don't have it. So when you're wishing and you're wishing and you're wishing and you're wishing, you could be caught in a wishing loop. And that's kind of like this closed body. You notice his hands crossed over his heart. It's like, that's in body language, that's saying very closed energy. Having said that, it also forms an infinity symbol if you look closely. So there is a potential here for a lot of good to happen. And then in his lower body language, he's sitting with his feet turned out. And this means he's leaking energy. If you sit with your feet turned out, it opens you up to like all sorts of, like being drained of your energy, basically. So the ideal position is for your feet to be forward in front of you. And that's kind of what it's saying is, like, if you want this, you're going to have to stay in the game. You're going to have to focus. Like, many a race is lost in the last lap. And you see that like in horse races a lot. You know, they have favorites that people bet on. And then there's the underdog horse, and that's the one that wins the race. That's the kind of energy that this is saying. And so this represents, the energy represents kind of your self-image, because this reading is about you. So you're in a hurry to get something done, but it could be because of other people or a message that came in or a warning of some sort came to you. And then there's abundance. And this is like this is your abundance that you were born to have in your life. And so this is the universe stepping in and saying, this is for you. Just keep going. This says there's actions that need to happen here, and just keep moving forward and be passionate about what you're doing like you have been, and everything will work out. And then we have like communication in early life. So this could be like siblings. This could be, friends, but it's that energy I'm talking about when you're in grade 4, grade 5 kind of energy, that kind of, and that influence that it had on your life. It could have formed kind of how you feel about yourself, and you didn't feel like you're a star, but the universe still feels like you're a star. And then we have the emotional foundation here, and that is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is saying you deserve to have strong communication with yourself and with others. And you deserve to have this gift. And you're a star. And you deserve to be that. That's what you came on earth to be. And whatever these people are saying or doing, you have to let that go. You don't have to rush into actions just because other people are kind of pushing you towards something. You need to like really make sure that this is what you really want, because the Hierophant is bringing, he's acknowledging that this blessing is coming in from the spiritual world. And then we have the Death card, that's transition, and that's on creativity, romance. So this could have to do with love for some of you, because we have it here. And so you may have had situations where your dating or your love life didn't work out, but this is saying that now there's way more opportunities for you. And this is like, make sure that you look after yourself first and foremost. And so that's like staying focused. Remember, you're a star. Don't get involved in energy that's going to slow you down at this time. These are other people's thoughts. I really feel that this does not belong to you. It's energy that's being sent your way, and to make you think less of yourself. I feel that's coming in. So what we're going to do now is clarify. Oh, there we have it. So this energy is the Queen of Cups. It's clarifying the external forces. The Queen of Cups is sitting on her throne, and she's known to be very maternal. She's got a cup, is the only cup in the tarot that has a lid on it like this. That means that she's a strong container for holding love. And she holds love for her family. She holds love for her country. She holds love for her, all of that. But I feel like on some level, this energy might be part of it. It might be competition, gossip, and whatever from a maternal figure, that's been gossiping, basically, that kind of energy, to protect her family, that kind of energy. Because it's almost like the energy is like the energy here and here and here and here all feels similar. And the star energy is like not about thinking. The star energy is about, moving forward with what you were blessed with. We'll see some more here. The Chariot. Yeah, so some form, like when the Hierophant shows up, sometimes it's law and order, but it can also be law and order that trickles down from the spiritual realm all the way down to the 3D. And so this energy is, this is coming in quickly. And so that's also this representing this. But do you notice the difference here in the energy? Like this is, you're on your path. There's no rains. Like you don't need rains. This is already ordained to happen for you. Your wish is going to come true. You don't need to be in a hurry. This energy is in a hurry. But this person, look at the difference. Like he's, pushing his horse. He's got a firm grip on the reins. He's ready to fight. Fools rush in is basically what that's saying. So this energy is saying you don't need to be in that energy just because other people are. When this energy of you being a star, just, continue on and put your energy into it. And don't feel pushed by other people. Like don't do rash. It's kind of saying don't make rash decisions. And this reading is like the middle of December, and on December 4th, and I'm doing this reading right. It's the 3rd of December right now, and the full moon is coming out in Gemini energy, and so this is like whenever when there's a full moon. It usually affects people 3 days before and 3 days after, like quite intensely, but right the day before and the day after, it can be really intense. People can be really emotional, impulsive, that kind of energy, especially when it's in Gemini, because it's like Gemini sometimes are accused of being two people, very up and down in their emotions. And that's the energy I'm picking up. The word I'm looking for is volatile. But there's victory here. And so this is, the energy here is if you can have strong control over your mind and not let other people's thoughts interfere with your passion for what you're doing, you're just going to keep moving along on your path, and you don't need to try and steer it. You don't need to try and think about it. You just do what you need to do, what you love to do, and let that energy, if these people are upset about what you're doing, let that be okay, because you're going to have victory if you can have control over these external forces. So the external forces are like if you're laying in bed at night and you're going, what the E.F. happened? External forces happened. That's what happened. You let external forces take control of your mind kind of and cause you to get off track. So this is really important right now, I'm getting for you, Cancer. Don't get on the roller coaster of emotions. You will be victorious. This is a card of victory. And it's like this is victory because you reigned in your emotions. You notice like her horse isn't stressed out. Her horse is looking more like this transition horse. They're almost like identical. Like the horse is not fighting the rider. They're just moving along, doing what, relaxed in the saddle. And here, you can see the difference. Even the poor horse is stressed out. And then we have the Emperor. So the Emperor comes in, and that's right along with the Hierophant. So the Emperor is similar energy to the Hierophant, but the Emperor is more focused on the 3D, like what you're doing in business, the head of the family, the head of a company, the CEO, the chief financial advisor, the president of a country, the king of a country, or the emperor of an empire, that kind of energy. But the Emperor is all four kings rolled into one. And I feel like this energy of the Hierophant is like bringing this energy of the Emperor in. And that could be within yourself, that you have embodied like the energy, your masculine energy here. and you are like of being able to take action on your goals, move forward, and move forward with confidence. The Emperor is all about performance. He's in control of his emotions. He's in control of, his thoughts. He has things well thought out. He's got his armor on underneath his robe there, and he is ready for action if need be. But his white beard represents someone that is like very wise, and he's an alpha male. He's not going to waste his time if a bunch of betas are getting into squabbles, with each other. He'll just sit there, and then he'll bring in the boom. This is how it's going to go. This is what's going to happen. This is how it is. And then fulfillment comes in. So it feels to me like this Emperor is not the star energy. It's someone that is coming in to defend this energy, because there's been some sort of judgment made on the spiritual realm that's now come down to earth, and it's the Emperor's responsibility to make this happen. And it's kind of a big change. You notice in the energy here, there's a big change. We've got like this very powerful figure. We've got victory here because you were able to rein in your emotions, or not be bothered by other people's emotions is more accurate, I think, here. And then this is the marriage card. So this could be someone coming into your life. There's not a whole lot of love here, but it could be something you love to do, that you were born to do. And the Emperor is going to make sure that you are able to do so, because the Emperor has looked into this. And like the Hierophant, the Emperor brings in law and order. That's what this also represents. And quickly, because the wheel is turning. And so it's time that it's saying this energy of you being a star and being on your path, and this gift coming in for you that was a blessing from the universe and God. This card here can represent marriage, but it also can represent you going through the portal of the 1111, which is keep your it's kind of an energy like if you've entered the portal of 1111, you'll know, because all of a sudden when you look at the clock, it'll be 1:11, in the morning, 1:11 at night, 11:11, 11:11. You'll start seeing license plates with 1:11 or 11:11 and a bunch of like addresses, whatever. It just pops in, and it's a synchronicity from the universe. It's saying, keep your thoughts clean, keep your thoughts focused on where you want to go, because your thoughts are really, really powerful right now. So this is what your destiny is doing its best to come through. You were born to be a star. Don't let others sidetrack you. In the past, you may have been sidetracked. And this energy is saying, like, stay on your path. You're good to go. Many a race is lost in the last lap. You may not, this incongruent body language means you don't feel this yet, but that doesn't mean that it's not coming through for you. And then, yes, the Five of Swords. So this card looks like, okay, this guy's been through a battle. But you notice he's right by the sword energy here. And so this could represent the star, but it also could represent this energy here where they've really done their best to, these are different versions of a person. So this could be the star energy that's had to fight to get to this place, but I don't feel like it matches that energy so much. It's more about things that have happened in the past is what I'm getting. Like, okay, there was 3 battles here, maybe to stop this energy from coming in, and now it's done. And it's kind of like this card represents 3 different versions of a person. And so that, I feel like what happened is every time that maybe this energy tried to take you off course, the more you stayed on course. Like that's, like the more energy that you realize, it made your mind stronger. You had stronger mind control. And this is someone who doesn't look like they want to fight, but this is showing, I will fight for this. I deserve this fulfillment. And so this quite often does mean marriage, but it can be a marriage between your masculine and feminine energies. And it can also mean a merging of your destiny to what's happening on the world. This is clearly like it's across from here. This is clearly like an energy of a major transition happening to end something. Like this is like, okay, this guy looks like he's a little tired, but he's got his hand on the sword, and if he has to fight to get this fulfillment, he's going to do it. This energy here is your commitment, your relationships, and this can also represent marriage. So it could be that the Emperor is someone that wants to marry you. It could have something to do romantic love, or it could just be that you're learning to love yourself and to fight for this energy that you are destined to have, and that you already have gone through that portal and you're on your way. You don't have to fight with your emotions anymore. This is, or with anyone else's, it doesn't matter. Just keep your head up high and be victorious. And this is actually the house that shows transformation, major transformation. And I feel like this energy of this new blessing coming in is allowing you to be victorious, because you reined in your emotions and stayed on course. And then we have this is in higher learning, education. So this could be someone that you went to and got advice from, some sort of mentor. Could be like an authority figure. Quite often the Emperor represents someone who has authority. And then we have about career, reputation, your public image. If it has been damaged, it looks like the sun is shining on it again. And, because you're on course now. That's the energy. It's not a wish anymore. This is now like you are officially, you're not wishing upon a star, you are the star. And then this is about this new destiny is lots of blessings coming in, friendships and humanitarianism and doing really good work for the world. This is really beautiful energy. This card also represents endings of secrets and hidden aspects. And so that energy is over, the transition is happening. And so a lot of this energy, remember in tarot, there's past, present, and future energy showing up here. So this could be energy from the past, or it could be happening right now with you, because especially with the full moon, be aware with the full moon, emotions are running high. And that's what I'm getting for you, Cancer. Don't be knocked off your course by other people's emotions. Don't get caught up. Don't be distracted. Keep going. Like don't lose the race in the last lap sort of energy. This is a really interesting reading. It's speaking of the energy that we're in right now as we move into this full moon. I feel like a lot of people are feeling this. Towards the end of the year, it's easy to kind of like get distracted. We're in the holiday season right now. So if you're feeling this, please do give a like or comment. It really does empower me to build my channel. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to clarify this now. I want to get a little bit more clarity on what's going on here. Just shuffling my other cards, tuning into this energy a bit. And I'm using my Oracle Tales from the Vector, courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And this energy is 64 paintings. I'm an artist. I did 64 paintings that I began in 2007. Some of them are great big paintings of dragons. And the energy, I finally completed the last one in 2020. And they've been out and about at psychic fairs and at my seminars over the years. But now I'm bringing them out on a bigger level with you. I'm almost ready to bring the actual deck out into being. And I'm just gathering information here. I will have in the cards that I'm using here have a number of the painting on them. And the paintings are available to be seen at talesfromthevector.com, TAILS, talesfromthevector.com. So you can go there after the reading and just check them out if you're interested. There's also some more information about each painting there, or the energy of it. And I will put in the description box below the numbers of the paintings as they come up. I also have chapters on there. I don't know if I've figured out how to get that chapter thing working properly, but I'm working on it. But it is there. I only have 3 chapters, just showing the intro, the first part telling the story, and then, there we have it. It's finally ready here. Okay. I just find that my cards jump out here, and then it's like, okay, we're tuned in. So we're good to go. We have denial on the stars. So this energy is what I don't know won't hurt me. So sometimes, like if you're a star and you're kind of in it like that, the star energy is also in my oracle, the innocence. So it's kind of this, if I always think good of people, like it's actually not even about thinking good of people. It's an attitude that people are good. And so it's kind of denying that some people might use dirty tactics, to get what you're destined for because they want it. And so this is the energy of, what I don't know won't hurt me. No, it could hurt you. So there's a difference between innocence and naivety. Innocence is a choice, even if you're an adult, to be in the world in the innocence of a child, like in a playful way. And that is a really great way of manifesting. However, naivety is when you've learned a lesson, but you didn't learn the lesson kind of energy. And not everybody in the world is going to have the best interests or be in alignment for what you want. They're going to be, I don't have to tell you, we're all adults here. So here we have the 11 is the Justice card, and that's speaking it really resonates with the fulfillment there. So it's speaking about justice, like from the universe, that the Hierophant, an authority figure here from the spiritual realm, is here, and it's coming up again. Your body is the temple of your soul. And that's kind of making sure you look after yourself and look after your daily habits and that. Make sure that you're honoring your temple. That's what it's saying. And this is also a card of clearing karma. So that's a good thing. Whenever we clear karma, it's we're moving forward. And now, now we have a 111. That's that 1111 portal I was talking about. That's reminding you. So if that starts happening to you, it's just a reminder. Like if you're just check, what was I just thinking? And you might be surprised how often you're thinking negative thoughts to yourself. And so this is saying, you clean up your thoughts. And do it now. So that could be part of the energy there also. All of this could be energy coming from within you that you need to get a hold of, that you're going to, because if you want to upgrade your energy to get this blessing to come through, you need to not act like someone who's on a roller coaster of hormones. You're an adult now. You have to have control over your mind. Freedom is control over your mind. Yeah, and the sun is coming into, this is saying the sun is representing God, Christ energy. This is the action, this gift from the universe is coming straight from the divine. It's part of your fortune. And this is reminding me to say that this could be something that's happened in the past and you're already moving into this energy. It could be now, or it could be in the future coming up. When this card shows up, it means it's already starting to spin the wheel, especially when the wheel comes out also, and it's starting to turn. So the superstar energy, harmony, yeah. There could be some people that are jealous of, you having this. But this is your cup. This is what God intended for you, and perhaps you just weren't ready for it. And that kind of energy is like you have to get mature enough in yourself to understand who you are. And so this is about harmony. This is just really immature energy. I just feel like it's just a matter of growing up, and you could be any age and still be in that kind of immature energy because you never had the life lessons yet, So yeah, abuse of power. is on the Hierophant. So hopefully this is not abuse of power by someone in the legal system or the, spiritual realm, like someone who leads a church or a religion or, so abuse of power is an energy we can all fall into, and it trickles down from family, from generation to generation. But if it's abuse of power at the highest level, then it's unraveling either way. There's going to be a transition and ending to it. So the Hierophant could be, this blessing could be coming in from God himself because the Hierophant abused their power. Or it could be that I don't see any devil energy here. So I feel like this could be also that God has sent the Hierophant in to clean up whatever this is and make this start happening. The Hermit. So yeah, safe travels. So I feel like this transition is, okay, this energy has to stop. It's time. This is, God is the only one that knows the time frame, because God's the only one that knows the absolute big picture. I mean, and a lot of people might say, well, whether I don't believe in God. Well, you don't need to believe in God, but there's about, I think there's something like 7% of the people on the planet that don't have a belief in God. And so whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God, there's so many people on the planet that do believe in God that it's going to affect you in some way or other. And I personally don't believe in God. I know God. I've just always known God. I know there's a God. I don't have any doubt about that. So for me, as a little kid, I always just knew that there's a God. Nothing has ever happened to me to change my mind about that. So it's kind of getting into that energy of being in that energy, I guess, if you, and sometimes it takes like a tower for people, like the transition is on a tower here. So sometimes it takes a tower to like a reality check for people. And right now that I feel like this energy is kind of, it could be speaking of a lot of people here. It's more of an overall energy. And it's kind of an energy of, letting the good energy that was placed on the earth from the very beginning of time come through now. And it's just time. We're moving from Pisces into Aquarius. We're moving from 2025 into 2026. And this is about the give and take of life. So I feel like this is happening for people on a personal level, and it's also happening for people on a, like on a more spiritual level. And it's also like this full moon energy. It's a very powerful full moon, the one at the end of the year. And it's a super moon. This one is like really is shining a lot of light on a lot of what's happening on the earth. I feel like this is a very global reading, and it's also a very personal reading. So the strength is the integrity. So having the integrity to stay on your path. And if you don't have faith in yourself, you can have faith in the plan that God has put you on earth to do, and just surrender that control, because we don't have control of everything, you may have noticed. And that's sitting right on the external forces right here. So that's the energy. The High Priestess is coming in, and she's saying use your intuition as well as your logic. She sits right on her throne right next to God, and she uses her intuition, and she's very in tune with the cycles of the moon. So that's why she's coming in and saying there's victory for the planet here. There's victory for everyone. Everyone's going to be better off when everybody steps into this energy of being responsible for their actions and recognizing, hey, we're not little kids anymore. We're the adults that are running the world here. We're the ones that are voting in people, and we have a responsibility to the generations coming up to do a good job of this. It's important. Yeah. And this is another karmic space that we can all fall into. And it's sitting on both. And so there's worldly desires, and then there's also spiritual desires. And this is like make sure, like sometimes when people focus a lot on just on the world, the 3D desires that they have, and they don't put any energy into their soul will start be like a teenager and saying, I'm out of here. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. And that's the kind of energy I'm picking up. It's kind of like, give yourself permission to be able to have your authentic desires, why you came here on the earth. You know, you're not an insignificant little dot in all the dots in the planet. You are someone that is part of the big plan, and the universe is honoring you right now and acknowledging that for you. And look at that, we have the Cancer energy right on the fulfillment, and the moon is what rules that. Yeah, this is really good, strong energy. I love to see that, Cancer. This is like when you become really engaged in what's happening on the planet. And I can just feel like the sun shining, like the rain stopping kind of, or you can just get entrenched and be pulled down by negative energy. And it's saying, you know, like that adolescent energy. So this is saying, like, use your intuition to feel as well as to think, and become engaged with your life, and look at it with joy. Because you're meant to be a joyful person, and you're a star. I love it. And the Virgo energy is coming in. Yeah, Mercury retrograde is over, and so a lot of energy now is moving. I think Mercury retrograde ended about 3 days ago. But what happens is sometimes the past comes in again just to test you a little bit before you're moving forward when we're finishing up that Mercury retrograde energy. But the communication is becoming way more clear. The communication is coming in about your destiny. And I'm just getting, again, you're a star. Know it. Don't doubt it. You are meant to contribute to society. And you are like, you have your own unique qualities that you bring to the planet, and they are valued, and you are valued. And that's just a judgment. So this card is actually the heart chakra energy. This is, again, give yourself permission to go after your authentic desires that are in your heart. And then you'll become unfettered. The judgment, the reason that this is the judgment card in my oracle is because this is also the cosmic heart. And this is like, the judgment is like basically that love yourself and love what you're doing, and you will bring that onto the planet, unfettered. Like, it's a beautiful energy. If you get into this energy, if there was ever a time, Cancer, to get into that energy of receiving what the universe and God want you to receive, now would be the time. It's really, really powerful energy. I love to see this for you. Please do like, comment, and consider subscribing if you resonate with this energy. And I will be back with another reading. I'm considering if I have time to do another bonus for the new moon coming up. And that's right before Christmas. But for sure, I will do another reading for you, Cancer, at the end of the month. So bye for now. I'm sorry, Stella, but I have to wake you up so that I can turn the camera off. Bye for now.